afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today I'm excited to share with you guys another product for your home. Now, I won't consider this a product that's in the smart home category, but it's just more of a tech product. And it's not really even so much of a tech product because it's basically something that pretty much everybody has, but I like this product, and I'm really glad that this company was nice enough to sponsor this video. They reached out to me a couple weeks ago, saw what I do on YouTube, and said, hey, would you mind reviewing our alarm clock? And I said, absolutely, I'd love to. So this is the product right here, and this is an alarm clock by a company called Lemfo, L-E-M-F-O, and they primarily sell what I was able to find, this alarm clock exclusively on Amazon. Now, if it is available on eBay, I'll put a link in the description as well if you want to pick this up, but I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the features about it. It's pretty basic in design and pretty simple in operation. This is the box right here. Pretty basic right there. Nothing really to write home about. It comes with, naturally, the box, the alarm clock, a 3.5 millimeter male-to-male adapter, so you can actually hook up another source to play music through this or whatnot. And, of course, it has a instruction manual. And this is the device right here. I have it plugged in right now, so you kind of have to bear with me with the plug. I just wanted you guys to see it's got a white LED display. And of course you have your speaker on the back. What's kind of cool about this is that it's a very, very small speaker, but they did also put a very small passive radiator next to that. That helps to get some bass, although listening to this, I would say this doesn't really have any bass whatsoever, but it's nice they added that. At least it's an attempt to get a little bit better sound quality out of that. Being the device is so small, you know, it definitely helps to have that because you're not going to get much of bass or mid-bass or even mid-range out of this, but nonetheless it sounds what you would expect out of a basic alarm clock. And on the back you have your snooze sleep button, which is kind of an odd spot to put that, an auxiliary in, your power adapter port, and of course a Celsius or Fahrenheit selection button right there, and a micro SD card. It's got kind of a black rubberized coating on it. Again, you can see the LED. It's a white LED display, and it's actually got sort of a mirror finish to it. So when this is off, but you wouldn't normally have this off, it does kind of have a mirrored display that the LED comes to the back. And what I think is kind of cool, it's got a temperature sensor built in, gives you the temperature of your room. Of course, you can switch that to Celsius if you want. I keep it at Fahrenheit. And of course, you have your rotary knob on top. That's going to be how you stop the alarm from going off or hit snooze. You have two alarms you can set on this, which is kind of nice. You can have 1 and 2 if you have a couple who gets up at different times, of course. And your mode button and your advance and I guess seek button. That's about it for the buttons on here. I think the best part about this, not only is it very, very small form factor, but the best part about this that I can tell and why I was excited to get this is the fact that it has 2 USB ports. And I have to tell you, this is going to be great next to my bed because not only does it take up less room than my current alarm clock, you know, in my bedroom, I have my headboard and I have 2 outlets on each side of the headboard. And hooked into that, or actually behind the, I guess, the feet of the headboard. And I have an LED strip over there. You guys have seen in my other videos. I have also plugged into there 2 lamps with LifeX bulbs, the alarm clock, and then of course I have the bed jet and the heated mattress pad. So there's not a lot of plugs right there. And so where that plug is positioned as well, in order for me to plug my phone in at night, and I like to keep the phone next to me at night and keep it charging. In order for me to do that, I have to plug it in on my fireplace where I've added an extra outlet to the side there. I kind of use a drop saw and put one in with the USB, you know, regular plug and USB ports. But still, I can't reach it, and a lot of times I want my phone within reach while I'm in bed. So this is going to be absolutely great, and I've been looking for a while for some sort of alarm clock that had, or a lamp that had a USB ports, and they tend to be pretty expensive, and the price point on this is absolutely fantastic. I have not seen too many alarm clocks that are basic in design, small, and have 2 USB ports, and this one here you can get for 35 bucks, which is, I mean, an exceptional value for what you're getting. As far as the audio quality on it, like I said, it's what you'd expect from an alarm clock, nothing really to write home about. This device does have Bluetooth as well. So you can actually have your FM radio. It does not have AM, so if you're used to getting up, maybe listening to AM, there is no AM on this radio, only FM. One downside I will say to the FM is that they say you can actually seek or manually select the radio station by, just in increments. It seems like this only seeks for some reason. And in order to get it to stop, you have to press the button. Now maybe I'm doing something wrong. I've never seen that on any alarm clock or any device before. Usually you always have the option to just tune in exactly what radio station you want. But nonetheless, I'll definitely figure that out. I'm sure it's just something maybe I'm doing wrong. And this thing will actually allow you to... but getting back to that, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. The only negative thing I have to say about the FM is that there's no external antenna. Normally they have a little wire hanging, and there may be an antenna inside, but my local radio station that is the clearest station in my town doesn't come in very clear with this. So that's just the only negative thing I have to say about it. Definitely pretty poor FM reception on this alarm clock. Other than that, I mean, it's a pretty nice looking clock. Very, very basic. Like I said, you have a little bit of a kind of an anodized brushed aluminum on the bottom here, which is, it's faux aluminum. You have your temperature, looks like your temperature sensor right there. Of course, a microphone, and what this can do, you can connect it with Bluetooth as well. So if you want to listen to music through it, you can. It'll also function as a speakerphone for your phone. Again, it's interesting they put that in there. Not something I will use. There's lots of other options I have if I want to use a speakerphone to make a phone call. But nonetheless, kind of nice that if you did receive a phone call and you were connected to this for whatever reason, maybe you got this and you don't have. I have a lot of audio components in my bedroom, from the Amazon Echo to the Google Home that I listen to music to a stereo system. So I wouldn't personally use this for that, but I will use this for its most basic purpose, the alarm clock function, and charging my device. You can also, if you want to put music on this, I believe that putting this in either the micro SD mode or putting it in a USB mode where you can plug a small USB card in there, you can put your own music on there to wake up to. I have not tested that yet, but I'm 99% certain you can do that. I just stick with the radio. If I had an extra card laying around, I would probably put it in there, but one thing I don't want to do is add that to the front of it because the older sticks I have, USB cards or USB drives, they stick out a ways. So the ones that I do have that are very shallow, I don't want to waste them on something like this because really all this is really going to do for me is wake me up. Now I did think about putting it in my office, and that's something maybe I'll do at a later date, because I will say when I'm working in my office and researching things to review and trying to find keywords to grow the YouTube channel and find different products, sometimes I do like to have a local radio station on or a little bit of music in the background, although you can still put that on the computer or the Google Mini, but I did have it on today and it was kind of enjoyable, just that kind of a very soft volume, so it might be something I put in here. But I also have the Vobot in here, which is a smart alarm clock, but that one has Alexa built in. So again, I think it's a fine product for the money, $35.99. I don't think that includes shipping, but if you are a Prime member, naturally that would include shipping. And I think it's a very, very nice device. And like I said, I think the real main selling features for this are the fact that it's very, very small. It's got a very, very nice display on it, and it has those USB ports on there to charge your devices, and that's 2 of them, which is great because, like I said, I'm always going to bed and I want to have my phone next to me on the nightstand, accessible. I don't know about you guys, I wake up middle of the night and I check, see if I got an email, I check, see if I got a text. When the alarm goes off, I'm reaching for it, and a lot of times I just leave it charged and I just leave it in bed with me, and it's a good idea to keep that on your nightstand, and it's, at least you know that when you wake up every day, you have to worry about bringing your charger to work or whatnot. So again, that's the Lemfo alarm clock, USB charger alarm clock with temperature sensor. I think it's a pretty, like I said, pretty cool product. I'm trying to look on the website here to see if there's, on Amazon, see if there is any other features. It says here, just to read what it says on the website, 2 USB charging ports with protection, overcurrent, overvoltage, short circuit protection, so you can plug in pretty much any device on here and charge it, like you're, within reason, I assume. Indoor thermometer. It does have a battery backup, although it will not keep the alarm clock on if you unplug it. It goes dead, but it will keep the time, and that is actually a very, very small like button battery that you would find in your remote control for your car. It looks like it's a 3-volt CR2032 battery. It does have a 30-day money-back guarantee, 90-day free replacement, and a 24-month warranty. If you're not satisfied, please, it says to email them at any time. It looks like they're pretty concerned with their quality. And trying to see if there's anything. It says here you can store up to 20 different radio stations, but I have to tell you, the manual with this is, you know, a lot of these products that do, you know, and a lot of stuff is made in China nowadays, and let's face it, lots of great products come from China. If not almost everything is made in China nowadays. The only thing is sometimes you get some of these ones that there's a little bit of a language barrier there when it comes to the manual. So it's a little bit hard to read, but not impossible to figure out, and I'm sure there's a couple different videos on YouTube as well. But at a later date, after I use this for a while and I figure that stuff out, I'll be more than happy to put up another video. But let's face it, it's pretty basic. If you can figure out how to use a cell phone nowadays, you can figure this out. But it does say that it has the ability to store 20 different radio stations. For me, that's not really something that I'm going to use because it doesn't really pick up the radio stations all that well. It says radio mode will only work when access to a socket power supply rather than the battery supplied. Now, just for the test purposes, I'm just going to unplug it right now and we'll see what happens. So it goes completely out. So I don't know if maybe the battery is dead in this or if it's supposed to stay on. But let's see if I plug that back in. It is showing the same time that it was set. I'm going to go ahead and pop the battery back open just to see if maybe there's, some of those will put a little bit of plastic in there to keep the battery fresh. Let's see if I missed something. No, it's not impossible that the battery is dead in this, but I wouldn't think it would have kept the time, but maybe it just defaulted to that time because I just plugged it right back in. So that's a little bit misleading because it makes it kind of sound like that, the way I read that, that the radio mode won't work when it's unplugged, but really the whole clock doesn't work when it's unplugged. It says here you have 6 levels of brightness, which I don't think that you do. Oh, you do have 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it says you have 4 levels of brightness. You have the option to turn it off completely, which is kind of nice. You have a very, very dim brightness, medium, and then maximum. So you have 4 levels of brightness, not 6. And I think that's really about all they have on their website. Other than that, it operates like your standard alarm clock. So, alright guys, well thank you very much for watching the video. If you're interested in this product, I'll put a link in the description to where you can get this. Before we go, I just want to show you just a couple more close-ups here because sometimes I get comments that I don't show the product enough. So I just want to go ahead and just show you guys the product, just a couple more close-ups on what it looks like. Again, you know, it's very basic in design and I like that about it. And you can see the single speaker and then the passive radiator back there. Clean, simple, functional. Definitely something that I will use daily because I want to be able to plug my phone into it. So that's a great addition. If they didn't have that option on there, I would say that there's lots of other options for alarm clocks and probably a lot better ones and better price points as well. But being that you have the option to charge it like that or charge a device, I think that is definitely a great selling point. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Stay tuned for more watch reviews, more cologne reviews, and more smart home tech reviews. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop a comment. Help to support the channel. If you do want to make a purchase, please do it through my links. And if you have any problems with anything, don't hesitate to drop a comment. Alright guys, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, folks. Take care.